Yes. Well, we advocated very hard for the investment tax credits at the federal level, and that's, we're in an economic downturn, so I think it's difficult for me to stand here and say there are these ways for us to financially incentivize the industry. But at the federal level, both the package that's coming, we believe, will help as it relates to that. The second part of it is we really believe the investment tax credits help. And then, Tom Plant, who is here, where's Tom? And runs the Governor's Energy Office and really is one of the most creative thinkers about these kinds of things in America. One of the things that we're talking about is how we work on financing mechanisms that would incentivize residential solar. I went to this near net zero house the other day. It was on Saturday. We looked at it. It installed a system, a 12 kilowatt PV system, and quite frankly, produces more than the house needs, and so they're loading back onto the grid with all of the energy savings they did and other efficiencies that they gained through their HVAC system. They wind up having an energy bill that's going to be about $500 a year on a $750,000 or $800,000 house. Well, $500,000 a year is really low in the way of the system, but the way they pay for that is really because all of the costs for installing the solar system and the HVAC system are upfront costs that are part of what the homeowner pays, but when you see the reduced energy costs, the extra amount of money they're paying on their mortgage is absolutely recaptured in a very short amount of time. And so thinking about how we use home financing mechanisms, either to buy down interest rates or to have people have some sort of an incentive to do it at the front end is really, I think, kind of the next step in residential solar, and I think that'll make a big difference again in incentivizing the industry. So that's how we're thinking about it. Yes?
Hi, I'm Joe Burton. My question is, I wonder what you think, both at the state level and the national level, as to whether the new energy economy is getting enough priority compared to the emphasis on roads, bridges. I'm a little concerned about shooting the wad on all that and tax breaks, and not enough really going into.
Well, I'd have to say that when you're a governor or a president and you're in an economic downturn, your first order of business, and in Colorado what's constitutionally required, is really to focus on job creation and on the budget. And with respect to infrastructure, we as a country for far too long, I think, have funded infrastructure in an inadequate way. And so, we're going after new money in transportation this year, in part because we have 126 structurally deficient bridges. You can't build any kind of economic development in the state if your highway system isn't at a minimum safe to travel on, and if it isn't funded in a way that you can really attract businesses here and say, yeah, we're making this investment in our highway system, in our education system. I mean, all of those things are tied in. So again, I think it's wrong to look at this and say, well, and not wrong, but I think you really have to understand that it's important to have kind of a wide focus on how you build a new energy economy. If we said, well, we're going to just be all about the new energy economy, but we're going to cut higher education so that, it's starving, that'd be an awful thing for us because we wouldn't be able to attract employers here. We have a very highly educated workforce, and so it has been helpful for us in talking about the highly educated workforce to get businesses to come and look at Colorado, and even some businesses to move here, other businesses to grow their economy. So right now, my focus has to be on creating jobs. It has to be on looking at infrastructure and how we fund for infrastructure, and the new energy economy meshes with that. It fits with that. It's not the priority above or below it. It's just a part of it, and I think, again, that's why you see it in the package. And I would say that to the extent we have a lot of demands in this state that we have to meet in a downturn in the economy, those are magnified significantly at the national level. And, Obama was handed a very difficult hand that he has to deal with. The fact that he is thinking about new energy and the new energy economy as a part of a reinvestment package is a great and hopeful sign for me, but I understand at least his emphasis has to be broader than just that. There's one more question I think it was. Back here. Yes, ma'am. So that's what I was doing. The first thing in Grand Junction yesterday was just that. And we've done it around the state, and we'll continue to do it. They're called Small Business Finance Forums. Because one of the questions is, what do you do as a small business if the credit market is tightened so significantly that you really can't get the bridge loan that you have? And think of a construction company that gets through the winter because they get a bit of a bridge loan. They make their bread and butter in the warmer months. We also have met with other kinds of businesses. This bridge loan comes at a different time, and they have largely said to us, listen, it feels like our credit portfolio hasn't changed, our credit rating hasn't changed. We've never defaulted. We've never had a problem before, but it's harder to get credit. We've worked with the banks, the lending institutions, to really ask that question and see what can happen. We have counselors that we're doing at these small finance forums, small business finance forums, and also some workshops that we're doing. But we can help you through the Small Business Development Council. We can help you through our Office of Economic Development, and then the Small Business Administration, which is federal. We're all working together. And so if you're working with small businesses, they have that issue, why I would have them contact our Small Business Development Council. They can go to one of the finance forums, but we can also make some help available to them directly just to try and usher them through this, because small businesses are a really important economic driver, not just in the new energy economy part of the world, but in Colorado, 50% of the people in the state are employed by small businesses, so it's important for us to pay attention to this, and I think you should contact either our Office of Economic Development or our Small Business Development Council to ask that question. I would entertain doing a small business finance forum on just new energy economy kinds of businesses. So thank you very much. I think I'm out of time. I'm getting the hook. So I really do appreciate your focus and your efforts. Thank you.